Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to talk about my 5 best trades that I've made as a trader and what I learned from them. If you haven't seen my other video where I talk about my 5 worst trades and what I've learned from them, you can take a look here. It should be popping up in the top right of your screen, and you can see that video as well. So just to reiterate, not a financial advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. So let's go ahead and dive right on into it. Number 5, guys, Penn National Gaming, ticker symbol PENN. Back whenever the market crashed last year, I, was extremely just green to the market, didn't know exactly um, really anything about anything. And I did know that they were shutting down casinos and bars and everything like that. So my mindset was just, well, if all of those things are shutting down and the stocks crashed, then once they open everything back up, then the stocks are going to go back up, right? So it was trading at, I think, a high of like 23, almost $30, and it crashed all the way down to $4.52. So I ended up getting in, somewhere around the sixes and rovered up somewhere in the early teens and then cashed out because I was like, holy cow, I made some money off of it, got out and I was done. And boy, little did I know what I was holding, right? And I should have, um, held on for a lot longer than form until today. Could have made a lot more money if I was just a little bit more patient. So the thing that I learned from this particular stock was I learned number one, to be patient. Number two, I learned that um, like my style of trading, I didn't really kind of learn this lesson until later on, but I am a patient person. I do like to hold things when they're, buy things when they're low, and I like to hold things and let them come into fruition and develop and stuff like that because I'm a teacher and coach by profession. So I like to get things whenever they're not shiny and flashy and watch them progress. So I did learn that, man, if I would have put that type of mindset into this particular stock for the long term, then I would have had a lot more money. But still, it was my first trade that I made that was actually very profitable. And also, I called it out. So I was able to look at a stock, see potential, and be right about a particular stock, even though I didn't make as much money as I would have liked to. Number 4, guys, IBIO. This was a swing play that I got into probably, I guess, 6 months ago, and it was undervalued according to the RSI, and I bought in at about 175, and then I held until it got to about 250. So I made a decent return on my money there. I remember that was my first actual swing where I evaluated the charts, I had a plan of action, I had a clear entry, clear exit, and watched it come to fruition. I think I profited about $200 on that particular play. And the thing I learned about that was it's important to be knowledgeable on the charts and the history of the stock. And it also taught me to be patient on a particular swing play because this took probably about a week to a week and a half. Okay. And it really boosted my confidence on if I'm going to do a swing position and I want to trade based off of the indicators. I knew that I can do it because I, studied the charts and I actually did it. So that's why I stress, guys, learning how to use the indicators, especially the RSI, is a good indicator to know when to get into a particular stock. Number 3, GEVO, ticker symbol GEVO. This was way back when, before GEVO was cool, talked about on YouTube. I actually came across this stock off of Twitter and got into the stock when it was about 55 cents. Put several $100s in it and said, you know what, if it gets to a dollar, $1.10, I'm going to double my money, and that's good enough for me. And so I bought into the play because I was watching the charts and basically it kept consolidating around that 55 to 60 cent range. And I knew, I said, as soon as they have some type of news, this thing is going to shoot up to the moon. And sure enough, that's exactly what happened. I had news one morning, and I had a friend of mine text me, and the text message just said GEVO in all caps. I pulled over, I looked, and it was at like $1.25 or so. and I ended up cashing out and making some money off of it. So I would say that would be number three. And what I learned on that was, um, to doing your due diligence and following up on leads can potentially make you some money if you do research that company. And I felt comfortable holding it, guys, as a key thing is because I saw someone post about it on Twitter. But my thing was I grabbed that ticker symbol and I did my own research. I dug into the company, I saw the potential, and I was like, man, this is, I think this has a lot of promise. And I felt comfortable just buying and sitting on it as opposed to buy. If I would have just bought it because someone told me to buy it, then I would have been a nervous wreck because I don't know anything about that particular company. So the fact that I did my own research and I understood that it was consolidating around a certain price made me feel very comfortable holding. I would say that would be number three, and I made about 350 bucks on that particular play. Number two, Golden Nugget Online Gaming, ticker symbol GNOG. Bought this one about the 1350 level way back whenever all the hype was just getting started. And then it rose up to, I think it was about $19 or so. And I ended up cashing out around the $19 level. Then they had some type of special meeting and it dropped the price down to, I guess, about 1650. And when it dropped to that level, I went ahead and got back into the stock. And then whenever the news came out that they were approved, I cannot remember what it was for. It wasn't for the actual like the full merger vote or anything, but it was some type of other meeting, and it shot back up to closer to the $20 level. So I was actually able to cash out and make a couple of $1,000s off of this particular play here, and that was like my first really big profitable swing was off of Golden Nugget, and that's gonna be the goal for the next time it does pop and get closer to that $30 mark is going to be my next time profiting off of this play. Okay, guys, and number one, Zion Oil and Gas, ticker symbol ZNOG, got in about right here when it was about 55 cents or so, and then rode it up all the way up to about right here, about 107, 110. Had a stop loss, got bounced out whenever it started crashing down and falling back down, and but made a very large chunk of money, about probably about $2,000 on that swing as well. Okay, and the reason I did, and I labeled this as number one, was because I'd been studying the charts really well in the stock. I saw a buy signal. I saw it get above the EMA line, and I saw that it was undervalued, and I got in, and then I set my stop loss, and every time it would rise, I would raise my stop loss up, and then eventually, after about a week or two, it did sell off and I got bounced out. But the reason I label this as number one is because I use all of the indicators that I talk about on the channel, like in this particular play. Okay, I I went and I looked at the RSI, I looked at the EMA, the SMA, I used my Fibonacci retracement levels, I used my stop losses, and it all came together, and it was really like such a good feeling. It was kind of beautiful, to be honest with you, to watch it all work together and in sync, and I was like, holy cow, this is really cool. So this is still a good play in my opinion over the next couple of months. I think at these levels, at the 70 cent level, it's very attractive. It could fall a little bit lower than that, but I do see it making a push back closer to that dollar level if they ever do release any type of news over the next couple of weeks. And even if they don't, maybe in anticipation to the news in April and May of them striking oil in Israel could send this stock above $1 in the near future. All I got for you today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you found value in today's video, make sure and smash that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel if you enjoy our content, and hit that notification bell. That way YouTube can let you know whenever we release new content. Other than that, guys, we'll catch you in the next video.